Hi, I'm Professor Johnson, and this is the back of my garage as I try to sit outside and record this video. The wind's kind of terrible. I hope it doesn't foul up the audio too much. But I wanted to say a couple of things about your work on the Annotated Bib for this week and beyond. And what it really boils down to is you're well advised to pay particular attention to the sample annotated bib that I put up under content in the module on First Writing Project, the Annotated Bibliography. And here's why. It serves as a guide and maybe even a template for formatting and document design. So formatting first. What I'm talking about here is the formatting for citations. Now, the good news, I guess, is that what used to be a fairly hard to find thing, software online that would format citations for you automatically, has now become pretty common. And in fact, the Purdue OWL, the online writing lab, automatically links you to services that do it for you. They don't even make any bones about it. They just say, here, plug in the information and we'll format your citation in either MLA 8, which is what we're using, 8, not 7, APA, which a lot of you in the sciences or the social sciences will use, or Chicago style. So you plug in the information, and as long as you give them all the correct information, it will generate the citation for you, and you just plug it in, cut and paste it into your annotated bib, which is good. But you still need to know what you're doing and why you're doing it so that you can make sure that the formatting is correct, because there is the possibility for errors, right? So you use the OWL's guidelines on how to format books and how to format different kinds of electronic sources and the like to essentially proofread the work that the citation generators do for you. If you look at the sample that I posted on content, you'll see that I've used samples from books, different kinds of electronic sources, including a page from a website, and academic or scholarly journals. So you'll see what they're supposed to look like there as well as on the OWL. And maybe they're a little easier to find, I don't know, because you know that it goes in that order of book to academic journals to the different kinds of web resources. The other thing is that it shows you what you need to do with regard to document design. And that has to do with how you format everything else on the page so that it looks the way that an annotated bib is supposed to look. So it involves things like making sure that the sources are listed alphabetically by the author's last name, or, if there's no author, that it's listed alphabetically by the first major word in the title. Now, what do I mean by major word? Word that isn't a, an, or the, indefinite or definite articles. So it's alphabetically ordered. Everything is double-spaced. There is an extra line space before and after each annotation. You indent every line after the first in the citations, and the left-hand margin for the annotations is aligned with the indented lines of the citations. You do all that, plus you make sure that you get the title correct. It's just Annotated Bibliography, no other information. You don't have to identify your topic. You don't put it in all caps. You don't put it in quotation marks, no bold, italics, or underline. Same font and same font size. You put that up in the center at the top, and then double space and go on to the first entry. And as long as you include all the personal and course information, like your name, the course, my name, Professor Scott Johnson, and then the date. Now, we used to have students put that on so that if the assignment got lost or misplaced, we could get it to the right instructor and make sure it's put in the right pile with the other students from that course. Since you're submitting them electronically, that shouldn't be a problem, but it's still good to know who did what, and that's a convention that we still follow. All of that stuff is available when you look at the sample that I posted on content. Beware of just looking up through a Google search how to format an annotated bibliography, because sometimes they'll tell you that you do it in single spacing, or that you single space some parts of it but not others. None of that's true. It's all double spacing. Sometimes they'll tell you to indent the first line of the paragraph that annotates the source. You don't. You use block paragraphing. You'll see that there's no indents and that it's all flush with that same margin. Sometimes they'll have you use a different style of citation. It is, trust me, better just to use the sample that I posted, because that's what I'm going to be looking for. As always, you got any questions, come by during virtual office hours, or email me, or that's both at sjohnson@oakton.edu, or post something in the Q&A forums, and I'll get back to you just as soon as I can. Good luck with it, and reach out if I can do anything to help.